Hello, dear students. Welcome back to NEWSPAP. Welcome back to my classes. So, before proceeding to the class, just few things. The first one, not to subscribe this channel, but that's also important. But the first thing, I'm on a journey to Delhi. So this video is being recorded between my journey to Delhi only. And first of all, I'm putting my courtesy to my fellow passengers who were with me, and their cooperation was very vital in doing this video. So I'm thanking them to those good friends of mine, and we are proceeding. So before that, the NEWSPAP discussion, I hope you are getting a lot of benefit, and we are getting good feedbacks also regarding the content selection. Yes, upma vada, chai, kapi, all these sounds will come in between. I am very sorry for that. So basically, I don't want to give up on the continuity that we are having. So that's very important, I know, because consistency is something that will make every aspirant motivated. So that consistency, because of my personal things, that should not be compromised. So that's why amidst this journey, I'm putting this 31st August 2024 Saturday wala NEWSPAP session. So on a quick I will be doing. Why? Because again I need to consider my fellow passengers, and thanks to them first of all. So here we go. So the first article that we have to discuss upon is regarding the a report which says that the economy's growth regarding the GDP. It says that at 6.7% growth slide to 5 quarter low in quarter 1. So this is not a good thing for the economy, and this we can link to the syllabus in the Indian economy and issues relating to planning, mobilization of resources, growth, development and employment. So this is a trend, even though it is for the first quarter of 24-25. But this is a trend. So this trend you should this trend you can understand. Okay, just leave the upma vada, chai, kapi going besides. Just concentrate on this, and thank you for being focused to this amidst all this upma vada. Okay, so that the trend is that has slowed down the GDP growth. It has slowed down to 6.7%, but GVA, gross value added, has outperformed the GDP. That is the other observation. So the GDP growth we expected to be at 7.1%, but it was just 6.7%. And talking about the gross value added component, it had shown some kind of improvement, and that is recorded as higher than the GDP growth. Okay, so now here we have to understand what is this gross value added. Gross value added is the goods and services that is produced in an economy, but it is excluded of tax and cess and subsidies. So the GDP, what is GDP? The total value of goods and services produced within the geographical territory of the country, that is GDP. Wherein GVA, you are excluding the taxes and subsidies. Excluding that, what is the measure of the value of goods and services produced in an economy? That is gross value added. Okay, so what were the factors which contributed to this slowdown? The major one was that the government spending was low. The government spending was low due to the general elections. Okay, and so there was a main reason for this GDP to fall down, and this gross value added has shown some rise. So you understand the concept what is GDP and gross value added. I hope that is clear to you. Gross value added, in gross value added, taxes and subsidies will not be added, and GDP is the total value of goods and services produced within the domestic territory of the country. So the reason also we said the general elections, though the public spending of the government was low, so that was also a reason, because when the government spends on the public infrastructure, then only the economy will boost. That is a basic principle everyone knows. So that was low. That was the main reason. So here also the technical terms are explained. What is GDP? What is real GDP? What is inflation? So the whole article was that in the quarter it showed a decline in the GDP than the expected levels of the fiscal and monetary authorities. So the reason was that, main reason was that the general elections. Okay, and the gross value added has shown some rise. Okay, So what is gross value added, what is GDP, I think everything is clear. So before going to the second article, so I am requesting you again, yesterday was a great day for us because we started in the English language just couple of days ago. Before that we were doing in the regional language. After started doing in English language, we are getting lot of responses every day. We are getting good responses, so please continue that. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. Please do share the content among your aspirants. So this is among the first article. Understand the trends are very important. The first quarter GDP was lower than the expected level. Okay. Now the next article, cyclone Asna forms over Kutch, heavy rain batters Gujarat. So here there is one organization which have been mentioned, that is IMD, which is very important from the perspective of disaster management. We can link to multiple areas of the syllabus. So basically, what is IMD? What is the role of IMD? Where it is situated in the prelims perspective? It is also very important. In the mains perspective, you can directly get the direct questions on, like in the lines, similar lines, how in IMD is enabling or how it is contributing to the meteorology related, or how it is contributing to the weather forecasting, how it is contributing to the preparedness for the disaster. So in all this way you may get a question. So you should know the IMD. It was established in 1875. Okay, and it is the National Meteorological Service of India, and they're responsible for all kind of meteorological and related activities in the country. And the ministry which it comes under is the Earth Sciences, and it is located in New Delhi. And this IMD is representing is one of the 6 regional specialized meteorological centers, which is designated by the other important body in the global level, that is the World Meteorological Organization. So talking about the roles and responsibilities, the first one is the forecasting. Okay, how this forecasting will help? Yes, forecasting will help the agriculture. They can be prepared for heavy monsoon, or even the heavy how the heat waves. We know heat waves has impacted the entire economy. Even everywhere it has got some impact. So heat wave, this monsoon, everything, the right prediction will help them to be prepared. It will help them in the shipping industry, the aviation industry, everywhere, because in the aviation industry their takeoff, their landing, everything is related to the weather. So IMD is helping to the forecasting and warning, and severe weather warning they also give. We could have heard about it, so that when giving the warning, the people can relocate to safer places, so that we can reduce the devastations or the loss of life and property, and giving meteorological data. And they also do research and development. So this is about the Indian Meteorological Department. Very important, and you have to know where is the headquarters, which ministry it comes under, what are the responsibilities. You can get a question in mains also. Okay. So this article we talked about the cyclone Asna, and it has mentioned about the IMD. So the IMD also we have mentioned. Now let's going to the next article, which talks about, it's a statement from our honorable Vice President and the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. So he's referring to the what President Ma'am has told yesterday. Day before yesterday, she has categorically told enough is enough. So regarding the atrocities happening to the women community in the country, she was very disgusted and disturbed, and she said enough is enough. So here our Vice President is again reiterating on the similar line. So here he is putting a suggestion that UCC or Uniform Civil Code is something that will protect women. So in this perspective, in these lines, we would see more into like what is this Uniform Civil Code, what was his exact observations. Uniform Civil Code, actually why everyone is promoting Uniform Civil Code, because regardless of the religion, region, caste, creed, we are having similar rules and similar procedure in the country. So regardless of the gender equality, we can ensure safety. That is what being emphasized by him by promoting the UCC. And vice president, some of his remark which was very important also, because Jagadish Dhankar has stressed that in a society, if a society is not safe for a woman and girl, that is not at all a civilized society. So this also you can quote in your mains answers, or you can quote it in your interview, like you can quote Mr. Vice President's quote. So now let's see, UCC is referred here. So which article it talks about? So Uniform Civil Code, what is the nature of Uniform Civil Code? So this article 44 is coming under directive principles of state policy, and Uniform Civil Code is mentioned. But you should also understand, it is not justiciable. It is not justiciable means court cannot enforce it. But in the case of fundamental rights, if the fundamental right have been withheld, or if it has not been if it is restricted by the government, we can approach the court. But in direct principle of state policy, it is just directives, as the word say, and court cannot enforce it. So that's why it is still getting delayed. And our prime minister, the president, even the vice president also, they are asking the court to have some intervention. And a couple of days ago, prime minister also said that courts have many times observed that UCC is needed, but still something is lagging with regard to. So the article 44 DPSP UCC is talked about, okay, but it is not justiciable, it is not enforceable by the court. So you just have an understanding regarding the article which is talking about the UCC, and you also think in the similar lines how UCC, implementing UCC can bring all this into control, the atrocities against the women, or some kind of religious specific things like the Mutalaq bill. The government was very interested to stop this triple talaq. So for everywhere the government was mentioning this UCC. So you should understand the UCC, and you should think on the lines how it can enhance the growth, enhance the harmony, enhance the security, enhance the prosperity in the country. In the similar lines you have to think upon. Why? Because this is being stressed by our national leaders. Okay, so in the explanation I have given the technical terms, so just go through it. And now comes the next article, very good article for the day. And the article is talking fertilizers, source of many ailments, switch to organic farming. So the article is talking about organic farming, the importance of organic farming, which is very important. Why? For the reason the government is promoting organic farming. The government through many of the signing of memorandums, many of the schemes, they have launched a lot of schemes. So organic farming has been promoted by the government, and agriculture is a priority area of the governments. For all those reasons, we need to have some understanding on organic farming. So Mr. Amit Shah was telling that the chemicals, the fertilizers which are containing chemicals, are leading to the health challenges in the country, like hypertension, diabetes, thyroid disorders, cancer. So all these are making troubles to the country. The out of pocket expenditure to the health is getting hiked. So Mr. Amit Shah is stressing about the importance of organic farming. Okay, now for that purpose also we have signed a memorandum of understanding. So with whom it was signed, it's not an important cup of tea for us, but see, we are having a huge potential. With regard to organic farming. What is the current status of the country with regard to organic farming? These all things we have to look into. So now let's see where our country is with regard to organic farming. So India's rank is globally the fourth rank India is having in terms of the organic agricultural land. All this data you can use it in your answers. And also India is ranked first in the world in the number of organic producers as per 2022 data. It is a little bit old data, but still you can quote it in your answer. And talking about the first state which has become fully organic, that was Sikkim, and we have an certified organic land. Around 27 lakh hectares of the land are certified organic land. So and organic production in 2023, it was around 29 lakh tons of certified organic products. And talking about the exports of organic produce in 2023, we have exported around 3,12,000 tons of organic produce, which is valued at 5,525 crore. Especially the market for this organic produce was US, European Union, Canada, and other countries. So here you have got at least six points which you can use it in your intro, your conclusion, whenever you are getting a question on organic farming. And now let's go to the various schemes that have the government brought in order to promote this organic farming. The first one, PKVY, the or Paramparagata Krishi Vikas Yojana, which was to integrate the traditional practices with the scientific knowledge. You should understand the scheme. Just one sentence about it. What is the scheme about? So Paramparagata Krishi, from the word itself, Paramparagata, the tradition. So integrating the tradition with modern scientific knowledge. The second one, Mission Organic Value Chain Development for Northeastern region. So from the word itself, it is very understandable that we are focusing on the Northeastern region. Okay. So and it supports the farmer producer organizations also. And the third scheme, National Food Security Mission. In this also, food security mission also, we are promoting the use of biofertilizers, so that it's contributing to the organic farming. And Mr. Amit Shah also told that, like, we are now having this Bharat rice. So in the similar lines, we will be bringing up more and more agricultural products, and we will showcase the ability of the country with regard to organic farming. So this is the article about. So in this article, Amit Shah was warning, or Amit Shah was mentioning the health hazards which is caused to the chemicals in the fertilizers, and he promoted the organic farming. He signed a memorandum. In the lines, we understood where is India standing in with regard to organic farming, what are the schemes that are existing with regard to organic farming. Everything we have discussed. Now let's the next article, from editorial, growth metrics. So again, this article is related to the GDP, which was recorded low than the expected in the first quarter. So it is talking about the GDP growth. It was low, but gross value added, it was slightly high. So the major reason for this, it was the one thing was the election. One was the election, and the second one was the unexpected events, climate events, including the monsoon impact. And one thing is not mentioned here, that is the heat waves. It was impacting the country, it was impacting the workforce, it was impacting even the consumption also. So because of all these reasons, what happened is that our GDP was not to that expected level, which was put by RBI. And now what will happen? There are some challenges associated with. One is the inflation. So overall inflation has reached, food prices remain high, posing a challenge to economic stability. So this inflation is a concern. Then growth projection, our growth rate is projected to range between 6.5 to 7%. But now it is slipping to 6.5% in 25 to 26. And some reform that we could do, as suggested by Geeta Gopinath, an IMF official, was that we have to bring comprehensive reforms. It's not just confined to any particular sector. All the sectors integrated, and a comprehensive reform should be brought. All these suggestions you can write it in your answer also as the reforms. So, and also the judiciary and institutional administrative mechanism should also be made in such a way that it is friendly, and sustainable growth, promoting employment. So everything, comprehensive development is needed. So this is article about. Again, it talked about the GDP was recorded lower than the expected level. What were the reasons, what are the concerns, and what we can do in the future, and most of the points which were suggested by Geeta Gopinath. So that the same points you can write it in your answers also. The next article, which is something very very sad to read about it, it's regarding the factory explosions happening in different parts of the country, especially in the Andhra Pradesh, which had 70 people lost their life, 36 people injured. So once we have discussed about this, the main reason for this is that we are making the ecosystem business friendly. So making the system business friendly, it should not at the cost of the safety of the workers. In the name of business friendly, what is happening? We are giving them self certification schemes. the authority. Yes, you can have a chai if you want. You can hear it in the background if my mic is so poor, but if my mic is good, you won't be hearing it. Anyway, so in the name of this business friendly, self certification schemes are there. For example, the officials will not be coming to inspect the safety features. You yourself can certify it. Why? It's a we are making it business friendly, we are making it investment friendly. But what is happening, it is at the cost of many lives. So here also in many parts of the country, it's not just confined to Andhra, any parts of the country it's happening. But in the image as you see, it is largely impacting the family of these people, and they require some, they are having human rights. And as per uh, world level or organization ILO also, there are many safety guidelines, but many guidelines have been violated in the country. It is very evident, including this inspection. The ILO, International Labour Organization, has said that the inspection should be very in an unexpected way it should happen, surprising way it should happen. But in India, many a times this lobby, these officers lobby, or they take bribe. So all these things happen in the system. There is a lot of issue, they are not doing the inspections, safety measures they are not checking upon, so this keep on happening. So there is a strict mechanism to cope up with that. We should not lose more and more lives from in the industries. So let's pray for that, let's do for that. And so this is the last article from the day which we needed to discuss. So dear students, if you have any kind of doubt with regard to anything we have discussed, and this material will be available in the Telegram channel, so please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please do share the content to your friends. And we are thinking to bring up more and more things, but it's in the pipeline. I'm not going to announce it right now, because if something is committed from my end, it's a commitment, so I don't want to commit it right now. But it will be coming, it is on the pipeline. I'm thinking how to make this more and more impactful for every exam, right from the UPSC SSC RRB CUET. How this newspaper can be your best friend in enhancing any of the examination. So that's all from my end for today. So again, sorry for all the distractions, chai, what everything. And at the last but not the least, again, thank you students, and thank you my fellow travel mates for this opportunity to put it today. Actually, I thought that I would not be able to make it today. So that's it, keep supporting. Please do comment your feedback and spread happiness in the comment box. Be happy, enjoy learning, happy learning. And this is me signing out from my classes. Bye bye.